time to test my mettle, take on Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian is a 1982 epic starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Conan's village is invaded as a kid. His parents are killed by Thulsa Doom, played by Darth Vader himself, James Earl Jones. As evil as he is, he can't commit a bigger atrocity than his barber did. Conan is then taken as a slave. He escapes as an adult, and with the help of his new friends, Valeria and the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, they embark on an epic adventure to rescue a princess from Doom's kingdom. Before watching this, I only kind of knew Conan through two things. I used to work for a company that built the Wheel of Pain for the Arnold Classic Strongman competition, and Conan the Librarian from UHF.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Conan the Librarian.
Which, by the way, I was obsessed with Weird Al when I was a kid. I have a very distinct memory of listening to Weird Al nonstop while my parents were renovating a house all summer, just giving us a nice place to live. When I think back on it, all I can imagine is this is early in Arnold's career, so he's not super great at speaking. Apparently, to keep Arnold's talking to a minimum, the movie is narrated by the Wizard of the Mounds. He's really weird and funny, just a good time every time you see him. This movie looks awesome. The costumes are great. All of the weaponry looks super cool and detailed. It's ambitious with a lot of the snake stuff. The snake stuff looks really interesting. Man, James Earl Jones crushes it in this movie. He's very intimidating. He's got a monologue halfway through the movie that rules. It's awesome. The fight scenes are kind of like a hit or a miss for me, because sometimes they're like really corny and sometimes they're really like aggressive and violent. They'll be slashing swords a couple of times, there's not blood, and then they'll behead a guy and you're like, holy shit. Valeria in this movie is a total badass. She just cuts people to shreds. It's amazing. Legitimately, like the final battle of the movie, there's no way the stunt performers got paid enough money to do some of the stuff that they do. They take so many falls off of horses. It's nuts. There is one shot at the beginning of the movie where they kill Conan's mom. Considering this movie came out almost 45 years ago, it might be one of the best shots I've ever seen. Just like the implied violence, you really kind of feel the emotion of this. It feels very beautiful and horrifying at the same time. The second I saw it, I'm like, that might be like top 10 for me. Arnold is so jacked in this movie. He is ripped to the gills. He's such a hulking presence. The two like main men to Thulsa Doom, they are also absolutely massive. They really seem to be quite a competitor to Arnold, which is way more interesting than him just decimating everybody. You see a lot of movies anymore where like The Rock is basically untouchable, but these guys are monsters. There's little stuff in the movie that's great, like Arnold gets chased into a cave by a bunch of wolves and he gets a sword and he comes out and he holds the sword and you see the wolves charge him and you're like, oh, am I gonna watch him kill these wolves? I don't really want to watch that, but it's him holding the sword and then it cuts to him just walking around covered in wolf pelts. I think that that's an amazing way to show that without really diving into something nobody really wants to see. You can definitely tell this movie was made in the 80s. A lot of Conan banging chicks, which is, I mean, he's a barbarian, I guess that's what you do, but it's not an 80s movie without a boob somewhere. Overall, I really did enjoy my time with this one. It's a little kooky, it feels big, it's epic, it's violent, it's fantastical, the music's super solid. I really enjoyed my time with this one. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. I'm trying to tackle movies that I haven't seen that I've been interested in seeing. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Thanks for watching, I appreciate you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.